absolute thrill to be here.
Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany.
That gets us
30 minutes of explosive action.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
It's part one of back-to-back weekends of racing for Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Belgium. Welcome to the forest of the Ardennes as we get ready for race 5 of a 16-race season for Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland. Weather conditions, well, it's overcast. There's a nip in the air, but the important bit it isn't raining at the moment. And that man there stole the headlines last time out at the Red Bull Ring after a torrid start to the season. Flint Schuring finally got his campaign underway, taking his first win. He starts today's race from pole position, but this man from Brazil, Matheus Ferreira, will be chasing him all the way, still looking for his first podium in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland. This is the early championship leader, Theo Overhaus. He had a clean sweep in Imola at round 1, races 1 and 2. Didn't go his way at the Red Bull Ring. He'll be looking to make amends, but keep an eye out for Weissach Package for Team GP Elite. He is always a danger man. Hasn't really had the results that he was hoping for so far this season, but very much in contention, as is this man here, rapidly becoming known as Mr. Consistency. Alex Tauscher, always there and thereabouts, but it's consistency that has also put Keegan Masters at the top of the point standings. And Keegan Masters leads Alex Tauscher by 11 points. Theo Overhaus, our early season championship leader, is in third place with 16 points. He ties with Marcus Amand. Both of them 16 points back from Keegan Masters. They have 60 points, Keegan Master with 76. But Marcus Amand has a steep mountain to climb this weekend. He had mechanical issues in qualifying this morning, did not set a time in either of the qualifying sessions. It means that he will be starting stone last for both of the races this weekend at Spa-Francorchamps. He's not doing a full season. He's focusing very much also on his Porsche Carrera Cup Asia career, and so points not so much an issue for Marcus Amand at the moment, but he very much wants to be there and challenging for the podiums, but he's got a lot of work to do this afternoon. As I mentioned earlier, it has been quite chilly. We've had a lot of rain in the air. We've had torrential rain yesterday. There was even a hint of snow around a couple of days ago, but it has dried up. It was sunny this morning. It's now overcast, but we're certainly going to get this race run in the dry. We're hopeful of the same tomorrow. But it is race 5 of this 16-race season. It has been a sensational season. And last time we were at the Red Bull Ring, well, we've traveled about 945 miles northwest from the Red Bull Ring here to Belgium. And as I mentioned already, it's the first part of back-to-back racing weekends. So this weekend, it's races 5 and 6 of the season. Then next weekend, we head to the North Sea Dunes. That's what the back of the grid looks like. Marcus Amand is there, propping up the rear of the pack. I'm told that from the very back of the grid, you cannot see the gantry lights. So Marcus will be dependent on waiting for the cars in front to move before he knows that it's lights out because of that slight gradient on this circuit. It is a wonderful circuit. It's a real highlight of the calendar. We're part of the GT Open platform this weekend. And here at Spa-Francorchamps circuit, that is 7 kilometers around, 7.004 to be precise. That's 4.352 miles, 19 turns, 10 to the left and 9 to the right. There's an elevation change of 102.2 meters. And for those who want to put that in perspective, that's higher than Big Ben. That's that big tower in London. Of course, we have Eau Rouge leading to Radion. That steep, fast right-hander with a gradient of nearly 25%. It is the most famous and feared corner combination in motorsport. And here at Spa-Francorchamps, track limits are an issue, always have been. They certainly are this weekend. It has been the topic of conversation because our race directors, Lucas Stegner, Christian Menzel and Christoph Weissach, are taking a zero-tolerance approach. So many laps have been cancelled in both the practice sessions and in qualifying as a result of track limits. It means that the grid is a little bit mixed up in places, not helped by the red flag that was brought out by Marcus Armand coming to a stop out on the circuit, out at campus this morning with those issues. So now the cars start on their formation lap, and it is a long formation lap as they look to generate heat in the tyres and in the brakes. Hard work in these chilly temperatures. So Flint Schuring with his 7th ever pole position. Matthias Ferreira alongside, looking for his first ever podium. Theo Overhaus and Wouter Boerkamps, keep an eye on them from row 2 of the grid. On row 3, Alex Tauscher and Keegan Masters, both really consistent drivers, both at the top of the championship. Dirk Schuten and Gus Burton occupy the next row of the grid. And then it's Chester Kiefer, the pole for the rookies, but Nit Ho alongside him, the two talent pool drivers starting alongside each other. Louis Perrault has Niels Langeveld for company on row 6 of the grid. And then on row 7 is Gianluca Tucciaroglu, much better qualifying for him, with Daniel Rose alongside him. We still haven't seen the best of Daniel yet this year. Joe Warhurst, mid-pack, has Aldo Festante, a guesting driver, but a regular addition here in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland. Then it's Montego Masson and Caleb Sumich who line up next on the grid. Following them, Sebastian Freimuth and Gustav Bergström. They are 19th and 20th on the grid. And then it's Dylan Yip and Max Muschlechner. I can just get that right. Max Muschlechner, who lines up alongside him. Tim Reiter has Zuren Spreng for company. He is on the pole for the Pro-Ams. Then it's Alexandra Vatova with the Iron Dames, with Jonas Greif alongside. Then Ahmed Al-Shahad. So great to have Ahmed Al-Shahad at last on the grid, with Mikael Essmann alongside him. Sam Shaheen all the way from Australia, and Sam Yongyan, a really tough qualifying for him. He was very disappointed with that. And another driver from Great Britain, Ray King, and then Marcus Armand, as previously mentioned, bringing up the rear of the grid. In the Rookie Championship is Montego Masson, who leads Gustav Bergström by just 1 point. Sam Yongyan is third. He's 4 points adrift in the rookie standings, but he's going to really struggle to close in this race. Keep an eye on Chester Kiefer. He's on pole for the rookies, and but for bad luck would probably be a lot further up in the Rookie Championship. He's 4th at the moment, some 14 points adrift, so very much within reach of Montego Masson's lead. In the Pro-Ams, it's Zuren Spreng who leads Mikael Essmann by 12 points, and Sam Shaheen in third in the Pro-Am standing. So lots to play for here. It's the first of 4 races over the next 2 weekends. So 1 race today, 1 race tomorrow, then to the North Sea Dunes next weekend, the steep bankings of Zandvoort, which will be races 7 and 8. And then, can you believe it, we'll be at the halfway point of the season already. My, how time flies when you're having fun. So at the moment, the cars now just getting their positions. So it is a short run into La Source, turn 1. Just 271 meters from that start line before they hit that really tight 180-degree turn. Getting all the cars round is going to be a challenge. The hearts are racing. The green flag is flying. The 5 red lights are on, and we are ready to go racing at the Ardennes roller coaster. And Flint Schuring off that pole position. A good getaway from him. Not so good from Matthias Ferreira. Theo Overhaus coming up on the inside in the background. Wouter Boerkamps, but everybody looks like they're around that first turn. A bit slow at the back, but everybody's made it. And now we go absolutely flat out towards Eau Rouge and Radion. Up that steep hill we come. Takes an awful lot of courage to keep your foot buried on the floor as the cars come up the hill hill, and here they come onto the Kemmel Straight, heading towards Le Combe. A really long straight here, a great opportunity to pick up a slipstream. It's Flint Schuring, Theo Erverhaus into that second place. Mathieu Ferreira from that front row start has been something of a charger in previous races, has certainly worked his way through the pack, but he's into that third place at the moment, still in a good position. Everybody else just scrambling for places through Le Combe into Malmedy and then down into Ravage, taking at second gear at about 80 kilometers an hour. And then it's down towards turn 9, the corner we like to call Speaker's Corner, and then in towards Pouhon we come. Right, well, you can see from your graphic, the yellow boxes indicate the rookie drivers, and Nick Ho, you see him there just ducking out of line briefly. He has been shown as the leading rookie, but we can see on screen Chester Kiefer has jumped back in front. They're all just sorting themselves out at the moment. We'll wait for them to cross the timing beam before we get official positions, but Chester Kiefer visually is leading the way for the rookies at the moment. It is his teammate, Flint Schuring, who leads the overall race. The rest of the cars just working their ways through at the moment towards Campus. Into Stavelot they come. And then the long sweet in Blanchimont, and that's Niels Langeveld getting a little bit airborne. He dipped a couple of wheels onto the gravel, kept his foot buried on the accelerator, kept it all going, and he continues on his way, albeit with a bit of gravel on those tyres. Here comes our race leader in towards the bus stop. There's somebody going very wide there. I think it might have been Jean-Luc Tucharoglu. Keegan Masters has a door open. Now that is an issue. He'll be trying to close that at the moment, but if he can't keep that door closed, then the race directors may well get involved, considering that a safety issue. It looked like he was trying to exit the car, didn't it? So Keegan Masters with the door open. He's managed to close it, but he continues without any further issues at the moment. In towards La Source we come. So there we go. Confirmation. It's Chester Kiefer who leads for the rookies. Second in the rookies is Nick Ho. Our leading Pro-Am driver at the moment is Søren Spreng. He's in 25th place overall. Mikael Esman, his main championship challenger, along with Sam Shaheen. And again, the graphics refreshing, but it is Søren Spreng in 25th who leads the way for the Pro-Ams. As we look at the cars now, everybody poised, trying to keep it within those track limits. There's Marcus Armand in the blue and white, number 99 car. I say blue and white, they're all blue and white really, aren't they? But Marcus Armand, who's come from the very back of the pack, and he is trying to work his way through, and here he comes now to the inside of another car. Just looking to see who that was. But Marcus Armand challenging his way to try and come up through the pack from the very, very back. There's someone in the background who's chucking dirt up into the air as well. So everybody pushing hard, but at the moment, our race leader, Flint Schuring, 1.361 to the good Theo Erverhaus. Third place, Mathieu Ferreira. Alex Tauscher settling down in fourth. Wouter Boerkamps in that fifth place. You see the little plumes of dust rising up as the cars just go wide out of the corners. So, Gus Burton in sixth, ahead of Dirk Schouten. He's had a good start in the number 34, the purple car, trying to push his way forwards through the pack. There's Alex Tauscher in the 13 car, Wouter Boerkamps in the number 25 car. So everybody's settled down at the moment. Flint Schuring, though, very much in control of this race. Looking down as the cars head now in towards bus stop. And there's Monty Masson also challenging, coming into the corner. Here's our race leader, Flint Schuring into turn one. Then Theo Erverhaus behind him in second place. Mathieu Ferreira keeping him very much in sight. Then a gap back to Alex Tauscher. Wouter Boerkamps as well there. Chester Kiefer leading for the rookies in ninth place. We're looking for La Source. And now we're looking down from the perspective of Eau Rouge. Cars coming up the hill, absolutely flat out, taking massive amounts of courage. Fifth gear, about 225 kilometers an hour at the top. Then onto the Kemmel Straight, the fastest part of the circuit in sixth gear, about 265 kilometers an hour before braking into the right-hander at Le Combe. and then it's left, and then into Malmedy, the right-hander again. And once again, there's Keegan Masters with the door open of the car. So clearly there is an issue there. He'll be trying to hold that shut. You can see him there steering the car, but Keegan Masters, the championship leader, clearly an issue with the car, struggling to keep the door closed. And our race directors will have an eye on that, and they will get involved. If they consider that car to be unsafe, if they consider it to be any issues at all, they will get involved. So here we go. Flint Schuring leads by 1.7 seconds. Once again, we look at Keegan Masters in 8th place overall. Apart from the fact the distraction with the door opening, and you can see him there. Well, it's a good perspective of the pilot in the car. Into the bus stop he comes, into the right, into the left he comes. But he'll keep wanting to get that door shut. But that is such a big distraction for him. Here comes Flint Schuring. There's Theo Overhaus. So Schuring's opened up the gap to 1.516 over Theo Overhaus. Matheus Ferreira looking for his first ever podium in 3rd place. There's the leader of the rookies now coming up behind the championship leader. So Chester Kiefer, the number 11 car. He's won twice for the rookies this season so far. He flashes the lights as the car come in towards La Source. Behind them is Niels Langeveld after that little excursion through the air. Look at Marcus Armand to the inside of Joe Warhurst, the Porsche Junior, up into 15th place already. So Marcus Armand, remind you, he started 32nd in a car that the team put together in a hurry this morning. After the mechanical issues took him out of qualifying, they had to find a different car for him. They've put it together in a hurry, and here he is now, having overtaken half the field, now working his way up. He's into, well, 15th place, 16th place, certainly, up towards the halfway point. There's Chester Kiefer, the rookie leader, going wheel to wheel with the championship leader. So, continuing his march forwards. And you just know that Keegan Masters is surely being distracted by that door that is hanging open in his car. At the moment, I don't think the race directors consider it to be. Yes, they do. Technical flag for car number 3. So it may well be that he will be called into the pits to have that sorted. They've given him an opportunity to try and sort it out. This will have big implications in the championship. To remind you, coming into this race, Keegan Masters was leading the championship by 11 points from Alex Tauscher. Tauscher at the moment in 4th place, Masters in 9th place, but I think he's gonna have to come into the pits to get that door sorted. It's such a shame because it's not even a mechanical issue in the grand scale of things, just a catch or whatever it is, but no doubt the team will be on standby with the gaffer tape. But suddenly his advantage, Alex Tauscher in the championship, also Theo Overhaus running in 2nd place, and that will move him up the order as well if things remain as they are. We're looking at the cars as they head around Blanchimont in 6th gear, reaching about 240 kilometers an hour before standing on the brakes into the bus stop. 1st gear about 65 kilometers an hour. I'm looking to see whether Keegan Masters peels off or not into the pits. Don't have a visual. There he is. Now he does. He peels off into the pits. A disaster for his championship. Keegan Masters, who has finished every race this season on the podium. In fact, he's finished in 2nd place in every race bar one. Still looking for his first win of the season in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland. But that run into the pits to sort that door out is going to put him right at the back of the pack, and he's going to struggle to get any points at all out of this race. No such dramas for Flint Schuring. If it wasn't for bad luck, he wouldn't have had any luck at all. We knew that already after the first 3 races of this year. He had 2 non-finishes at Imola. He had a 10th place at Red Bull Ring. All incidents that were not of his making. He finally got that win at the Red Bull Ring, as we see Nick Ho and Gianluca Tucciaroglu going wheel to wheel for 11th place. Tucciaroglu Another driver who's got enormous potential, has really had a lot of bad luck, just really needing to get the grips, and now he looks to the left and to the right. Nick Ho, who is in that 11th place, guarding as best as he can into the corner. And Nick Ho still holds Tucharoglu behind him. Behind them is Daniel Roast, then is Joe Warhurst. But look who's behind Joe Warhurst. Marcus Armand up to that 15th place. Armand continuing his march through. I said the track limits might be an issue, and they are for Ray King in the number 22 car. So he's had a warning for exceeding track limits. You can see how hard these drivers are pushing. Now Joe Warhurst has a little look to the inside of Daniel Roast just ahead of him. That would be for 13th place. But still, he holds on to 14th at the moment. Nick Ho at the front of that queue in 11th place. Gianluca Tucharoglu. Gianluca Tucharoglu in 12th place. Tucharoglu's best finish so far has been a couple of 11th places. Has not had a great season so far this year, but has enormous potential, has shown so much speed. His best finish this year so far has been 13th. So Gianluca Tucharoglu looking to equal his best ever finish in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland, as Joe Warhurst now challenges Daniel Roast into the bus stop, but in so doing, Marcus Armand pulls alongside. The two cars come out absolutely side by side. Joe Warhurst has to take avoiding action as they come out across the grid in towards La Source. Joe Warhurst has the line under braking into turn one, is able to hold on to that position. Armand cuts back to the inside on the exit of La Source. They will come and then out towards Eau Rouge and up to Radion. As we look there at Dirk Schuiten in the 34 car in 7th place. Ahead of him is Gus Burton, the driver from the UK in the number 57 car. His best finish of the season so far has been a 9th place, but that does not reflect the pace that he has shown. We look now down the Kemmel Straight from the perspective of Les Combes. Gianluca Tucharoglu, impatient? Yes, I think so. He looks to the left and he looks to the right, but still can't find a way through. Daniel Roast behind, also starting to look a little bit impatient. We've got a warning flag been given to Ahmed Al-Shihab. So good to have Ahmed here, his first race of the season. And now to the inside, Gianluca Tucharoglu muscles his way past Nick Ho, gives him the squeeze and sails through to take that position away. So that is 11th place for Gianluca Tucharoglu. He had to work really hard for that, didn't he? So now he's in the position which would equal his best ever finish in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany, and that is such a shame. Keegan Masters, but for a door catch, the car is into the pits. He's not going to score any points here today. And now Nick Ho has Joe Warhurst challenging him as well. Nick Ho feeling a little bit bullied here. He's second in the rookies. He goes a little bit wide. The dust rises up in the air to tell everybody how wide he has gone. He's second in the rookies. The leading rookie at the moment is Chester Kiefer, looking for his 3rd win in the rookie category. The graphics, the yellow box around the number indicating that they are rookie drivers. We have the Pro-Am drivers as well. Our leading Pro-Am is still Søren Spreng in 25th place overall. So Søren Spreng leading the way. Right, so I had a message flash up briefly there, and then it's cleared off my screen. I'm just going to check it because it may be significant for track limits. And in fact, it's Joe Warhurst under investigation for leaving the track and gaining an advantage. We've also got a warning being given to Caleb Sumich for track limits as well. So the stewards starting to get involved. They had the lecture. This is the moment. It was Nick Ho alongside. I think Joe would probably argue that he didn't gain any advantage at all, and that Nick Ho gave him the squeeze. It was out of the bus stop. Nick Ho had a nose on the inside, then gave him a squeeze as they went across the grid. That would certainly, I would say, be Joe's argument. But our race directors have said they're going to take a zero-tolerance approach to track limits. Now, Daniel Roast in 12th place, challenging Gianluca Tucharoglu. But look who's behind them. The very rapid Marcus Armand from absolutely stone last up into 13th place. Joe Warhurst just a little bit too far back to do anything at the moment, but closing in, having broken clear from Nick Ho. In the background of them is the 66 car as well. Monty Masson, another of the rookies, and he's in a rookie podium position there, so he's in third in the rookie race. There's Tucharoglu in the number 91 car. He's worked his way up to 11th place, equaling a career best. No further action for Joe Warhurst. So all the British supporters cheer at their screens, and I think that sounds like a fair decision. We had a driver's briefing yesterday. Lucas Stegner, who is the race director, has said we are taking a zero-tolerance approach on track limits. Gianluca Tucharoglu is testing that. He, assisted by Christian Menzel and Christoph Maischak, have been looking very, very closely, and the angles they have on these corners, they have so many cameras at so many different angles, and they get the best perspective there. And they will see that while all that has been going on, Flint Schuring, who looked pretty deadly in quali this morning, continues to stretch his legs. 3.37 over Theo Overhaus. Overhaus and Schuring looking to make inroads in the championship. Mathieu Ferreira as well in the number 27 car in third place, looking for his first ever overall podium. It won't be the first time ever that we've seen a Brazilian on the podium. I don't think we've ever seen a Brazilian winner, but I think we have once had a Brazilian on the podium many years ago. I'm not even going to try to guess the name of that person. Fourth place is Alex Tauscher. That would be a consistent haul of points once again, but Alex will be pretty frustrated with that because he has finished every race bar one this season so far on the podium. So it would be a fourth place for him if things finish as they are now. WLTP, it would be a best for him as well this season if things remain as they are. But at the moment, it's all changing behind because Marcus Armand, man on a mission. The Porsche Junior now sails past Daniel Rose up into 12th place. So Marcus Armand slowly picking them off one by one. Of course, the further he gets up through the pack, the harder it gets. But he continues. So Marcus Armand working his way through from stone last. There's Gianluca Tucharoglu in that 11th place in the number 91 car. Has shown so much pace this season, but has been a little bit frustrated. Needed to just regather himself, really showing a good turn of speed here. But Marcus Armand is closing in on him. How much of a battle will Gianluca put up against the number 99 car when he catches him? Behind Daniel Rose, ahead Daniel Rose of Joe Warhurst. There we go. And Nick Ho, that rounds out the top 15. Chester Kiefer continues to be our leading rookie. Søren Spreng continues to be our leading Pro-Am driver. There's Tucharoglu in that 11th place. There's Daniel Rose, Nick Ho. Now Nick Ho making that challenge forwards as well. So Nick Ho challenging to the outside. Let's have a look here. Daniel Rose had got a couple of wheels onto the dirt, got the car airborne. My screen briefly went blank, so I didn't witness that first time around. So Daniel Rose losing a couple of positions there as a result of getting a little bit of air underneath the car. Not the quickest way around the circuit. So taking stock, there is Joe Warhurst in the 95, now ahead of Daniel Rose. Nick Ho there as well, Aldo Festante. Also, Monty Masson looking to get involved, third in the rookies. Caleb Sumich is fourth in the rookies, just behind him. Looking down the Kemmel Straight once again. We've got 10.5 minutes remaining of this race, plus 1 lap. Fifth place, Walter Boerkamp still. Flint Schuring extends his lead. He looked devastatingly quick in quali this morning. He's proving that now. 4.5 seconds clear of Theo Overhaus. Mathieu Ferreira is about 3 seconds back from second place, and then 1 second back from him is Alex Tauscher for 1, 2, 3, 4, looking reasonably spaced out. There's Dirk Schuten in 7th place. Really likes it around here, but he's got Chester Kiefer closing in on him. That's your leading rookie, as denoted by the yellow box around the number. Niels Langeveld, after that airborne moment early on, in the background as well, but too far back to challenge. And it may well be getting the car up in the air doesn't always help the handling of these machines. They build them strong at Porsche, but jumping them up with all four wheels off the ground, not always the quickest way forwards. Still leading at the moment in the Pro-Am, Søren Spreng in 25th place. Here comes Walter Boerkamps in that 5th place. Flint Schering, who leads the way. Our leading Pro-Am, Søren Spreng. Second of the Pro-Ams is Mikael Esman in 27th place overall. Between them is Alexandra Vatova. And third in the Pro-Ams is Ahmed Al-Shihab. So good to have Ahmed here. He hasn't been able to get out of Q8 for the last few weeks. And finally, his season is able to start. Now we look down from the perspective of turn 1, La Source, Chester Kiefer, Dirk Schouten, Gus Burton. Burton is in 6th place. Just ahead of them is 5th place Wouter Boerkamps. But 6th place up for grabs, Dirk Schouten. Is he going to make a challenge? They head towards Eau Rouge and then up to Radion. They will go. At the moment, Burton in the 57 car looks to have Schouten covered off. This is where track limits has been an issue at the top. But Radion into the Kemmel straight. Chester Kiefer looks dangerous, the sister car to the car that is leading the way. Kiefer, the rookie leader. Now, alongside Dirk Schouten into Lecom. Has a little look, tucks back to the inside, just keeping the pressure on. The Dutch driver up ahead of him. Kiefer, who comes from Luxembourg, one of the talent pool drivers, coached by Lupo Hensler, the legendary Porsche driver. One of 8 drivers in the talent pool, the up-and-coming superstars. As Walter Boerkamps still in that 5th place. Behind him, Gus Burton in 6th place at the moment, looking for his best finish in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland. But Dirk Schouten's dropped back a little now. Time's starting to run out. 7 minutes and 20 seconds plus 1 lap remaining. When the clock strikes 0, the leader will finish the lap that he or she is on, and then it'll be 1 more lap after that. At the moment, Flint Schering has this under control, continues to stretch his legs. 5.378 is something of a sensation in this era of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland. There's Boerkamps in 5th place. Wouter with Gus Burton filling his mirrors in the background. Dirk Schouten, the former champion of Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux, and then the leader of the rookies. We keep one eye on track limits all the way through this race because it has been an issue. And at the moment, bad news for Gianluca Tucciaroglu. He is under investigation for gaining an advantage outside of track limits on turns 10 and 11. That's up at Pouhon. So the stewards are taking a look at that. We've got no other issues at the moment that have been flagged as we look at Dirk Schouten once again now. Lining up Gus Burton in towards Eau Rouge. It takes so much courage, this steep climb up the hill. It really is such a climb, and the drivers giving it everything as they go up over the hill. And there, a nice close-up of Gus Burton and Dirk Schouten monstering it over the curbs. And now he challenges once again because time is running out. Chester Kiefer in the background, the leading rookie, doesn't really want to get involved with the fight in front and risk his rookie win, but would love to get points in the overall championship. Gus Burton holding on to that 6th place. Wouter Boerkamps in 5th place has broken clear of this fight. So Burton now defending from Schouten. Chester Kiefer ready to jump if these 2 cars get together. Dirk Schouten makes a challenge and it doesn't stick. It could be an opportunity for Chester Kiefer. Kiefer keeping them very much within his eye line. Still, Flint Schering continues his march at the front. What domination is this? 5.677 seconds is the gap. We have not seen anybody with that kind of lead for a long time in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland. Schering, who had that awful start to the season, and it would be a maximum of 25 points, a maximum score if he were to finish as he is now. Keegan Masters doesn't look like he's going to score anything today. Alex Tauscher in 4th place. Theo Overhaus in 2nd place. They are all in the championship hunt. And by my reckoning, if the race finished as it is now, it would be Theo Overhaus who would jump to the top of the championship once again in the red and white number 44 car. So, according to my rather dodgy calculations, he would lead Alex Tauscher by 2 points at the top of the championship. The German driver for ID Racing, who took ID Racing's first ever win, make that wins, at races 1 and 2 at Imola. Iris Dor's team, who have been in the background but suddenly jumping to the very, very front, took their first wins in the first 2 races with Theo Overhaus, and he would jump to the top of the championship if things remain as they are now. And Flint Schering would move to within probably about 20 points. Yes, about 20 points I'll make it of Theo Overhaus. Matheus Ferreira in that 3rd place. And he would move to within 14 points of the championship lead if things remain as they are now. But we've still got 3 minutes plus 1 lap remaining of this race, a race that has been utterly dominated by Flint Schering, the younger brother of Le Mans winner Maurice Schering. Of course, everybody's got an eye on Maurice this weekend, as he is one of many drivers at the Nürburgring 24-hour race just down the road. And they will be watching Flint Schering. I've no doubt they will be gathered at this moment at the Nürburgring, watching Flint as he dominates this race. Theo Overhaus in that 2nd place, not really threatening for the lead, but also pretty secure in that 2nd place. And it's consistency rather than just wins that win championships. And the number 13 car has been so consistent with Alex Tauscher at the wheel. There's Ahmed Al-Shihab, already mentioned. That's not him in the picture, but that's Dirk Schutten. There's Ahmed Al-Shihab's car doing a little spin there, a little pirouette. And Ahmed, who has been stranded in Q8 for this year for obvious reasons, has been able to come here as his opening race of the season. It's the first time he's driven the new Porsche Cup car, so it has been a real adventure for him as he gets to grips with this car. And he's having to learn really, really quickly as we look at Theo Overhaus into La Source, turn 1 once again. So I've had no issues flagging up in terms of penalties with track limits at the moment, but I'm keeping one eye on that. Our rookie leader, Chester Kiefer, 2nd in the rookies, Nick Ho, 3rd in the rookies, Montego Masson. Monty is 16th overall. In the Pro-Ams, it's Søren Spreng, who leads from Mikael Esman, but Mikael Esman is right behind him on track, so Esman has closed in on Søren Spreng. 3rd in the Pro-Ams at the moment is Ray King. In 4th place is Sam Shaheen. He was pretty close to Ray King as well, so Sam Shaheen, not a million miles off a podium position, but the time is now starting to run out because we're in the last minute of timed racing as we look at 2nd place, Theo Overhaus, some 7 seconds back from Flint Schering, who has absolutely dominated this race. He started on pole position. 3rd place, Matheus Ferreira, started on the front row, got mugged at the beginning by Theo Overhaus. Overhaus then extending that 2nd place. But Flint Schering just well ahead of everybody at the moment. He's up towards Pouon. In fact, he's up towards Campus at the moment. So he's not going to get back to the line, I don't think, before the clock strikes 0. So it's going to be a little over 1 lap of this race remaining for Flint Schering. And he will take what will be his 6th win of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland, his 2nd win of the year. There's Matheus Ferreira looking for his first ever podium in the overall race of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland. There is Flint Schering into the bus stop once again. So he is now about to start the very last lap of race 5 of this 16-race season. What a dominant performance. What a crushing performance from the Dutch driver as he heads out towards Eau Rouge for the last time. Up the steep hill he will come in towards Radion. Another warning being given, this time to Alex Tauscher. It's just a warning at the moment, but 4th place Alex Tauscher with the track limits warning. Needs to hold it between the white lines for this very last lap. Onto the Kemmel Straight once again, up to about 265 kilometers an hour in 6th gear before the right and then the left of Les Combes, and then into Malmedy, turn 7. And then it's down the hill, a really tricky corner towards Rivage, turn 8. Taking about 2nd gear, 80 kilometers an hour. Flint just keeping it cool, keeping it classy. And then in towards Speaker's Corner, turn 9. And then a bit more downhill as we head towards Pouan for the last time. And out towards Pouan he comes. And then it'll be Fagnes, Campos, Stavelot, and then he really is on that run home. And a penalty lap for car 14. That's Caleb Sumich for track limits. He's not going to have time to serve that penalty, I don't think. So Caleb Sumich will almost certainly get 5 seconds added on at the end of the race. He was 4th in the rookies and 18th overall, but the race director's deciding that he has used too much of the outside area, outside of the white lines, and giving that penalty in the closing stages of the race. No such issues, though, for Flint Schering as he heads in towards Blanchimont now for the very, very last time, and then he'll be into the bus stop for the last time in this race. So Flint Schering now heads towards the bus stop. It is the right, and then it'll be the left of the bus stop. And then he will see the checkered flag in front of him. He bounces across the curbs. His championship campaign is back on track. It is a 6th win in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland for Flint Schering here at Spa-Francorchamps. 2nd across the line. Theo Overhaus launches him back to the top of the point standings. And a first ever podium for Matheus Ferreira. Rounding out the top 3, then it's Alex Tauscher across the line, then Wouter Burkamps, Gus Burton with his best ever finish in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland ahead of Dirk Schouten. It will be a rookie win for Chester Kiefer, 8th place overall as well. A really strong performance ahead of Niels Langeveld. Louis Perrault from the back of the pack. Marcus Armand finishing in 11th place ahead of Gianluca Tucciaroglu. Joe Warhurst in 13th place ahead of Daniel Rose in 14th. Nick Ho in 15th and 2nd in the rookies. And the 3rd in the rookies will be Montego Masson. The winner in the Pro-Ams is Zoran Spreng ahead of Mikael Esman, who chased him across the line. And 3rd in the Pro-Ams, the last of the podiums for the Pro-Ams will be Ray King. But what a crushing display from Flint Schering. Came into the 2026 season as something of a championship favourite, one of 2 Porsche juniors, both of the Porsche juniors in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland this year. And we knew that Flint Schering was going to be a challenger. He had that awful start to the season, getting caught up in other people's accidents. Had to wait until the very last race that we saw at the Red Bull Ring before he took that first win of the season. Now he makes it 2. And what a dominant win it was. Theo Overhaus in 2nd place, some 8 seconds back. Matheus Ferreira representing Brazil on the podium. And Alex Tauscher in 4th place. Another good points haul from him. Wouter Burkamps in 5th place. That's his best finish of the season so far. Wouter, who of course won at the Red Bull Ring last year as a guest driver, but has not made it back onto the podium yet this year. Get the feeling we might not have to wait too long for that to happen. There are the rest of the results scrolling through. And the Pro-Am win will be 25th place. Sören Spreng holding off the pressure from Mikael Essmann. As we look at positions 2-25, there's Mikael Essmann, second in the Pro-Ams, then Ray King, Sam Shaheen, fourth in the Pro-Ams, Caleb Sumich with that penalty at the end of the race. And then Ahmed Al-Shihab, having had a slightly wild ride at the bus stop, rejoins to finish in 30th place. We lost Jonas Greif in that race quite early on, and of course we lost Keegan Masters, the championship leader, with that issue with the door, and that is a real shame. The teams that look on, the fans that look on, as we look again at race 5 of a 16-race season for Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland. And at the start, Theo Overhaus getting the jump on Matheus Ferreira. Ferreira maybe a little bit slow, maybe a bit of wheel spin out of the blocks. And Theo Overhaus had that inside line into La Source. Everybody made it around and in towards Eau Rouge we came. Everybody fighting for positions early on. Nick Ho making good progress, but Chester Kiefer also, that was Niels Langeveld doing a bit of low-level flying in the number 10 car. And then the championship leader with the door that would not stay closed. Eventually, it was going to curtail his race. Gianluca Tucciaroglu and Nick Ho, what a fight that was. It was elbows out, maybe a little bit of rubbing. Daniel Roos getting involved as well, and in the background, Marcus Armand, who had fought his way back from 32nd on the grid all the way up to 11th place. Another car getting up into the air, Daniel Roos, testing the suspension of the new Porsche. No such issues for Flint Scheuring, just keeping it tidy. Ahmed Al-Shihab had a little spin at the bus stop, was able to rejoin. And out across the line came Flint Scheuring to take a dominant win here in the first race of the weekend at Spa-Francorchamps. Theo Overhaus making it to the top of the championship. And Matheus Ferreira becoming a podium finisher in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland. And I'm just reading some messages as we look at the overall championship, and that just confirms it is Theo Overhaus who leads Alex Tauscher by 2 points. Keegan Masters drops down, but not far. What a recovery from Marcus Armand. And I'm just looking at some messages actually from Flint Scheuring's dad, who said that Flint's left rear wheel broke off in a test on Thursday. And he had some insane reflexes at the bottom up to Radion, keeping it out of the barrier with just 3 wheels on the car. So there's a bit of inside information. I wasn't really aware of that, but Flint, well, we know he's good. There's Christopher Zirkling, by the way. He's here coaching for Fork Racing here this weekend. But we know how good Flint is. And thank you, Gervin, for the inside information. He doesn't know where to look this weekend. One eye on Spa, the other eye on his other son at the Nürburgring. What a racing family that is. And there you have Matheus Ferreira, who finally climbs on the overall podium. Theo Overhaus back to the top of the championship with that 2nd place, and Flint Scheuring takes the win. So once again, the Dutch national anthem. We'll edit that one out at the end. Echoes around the Ardennes forest. I don't know what they put in the water in the Netherlands, but they don't have breed some quick drivers. Brazil gets a 3rd place trophy. Germany gets a 2nd place trophy. But Torsten Ruckert, the project manager of customer sport of Porsche, presents the trophies and to the race winner. And from Schumacher CLRT, Maxime Meissen, the race mechanic receives a trophy on behalf of the team. They will huddle up close together. Need to, it's blooming cold here at the moment. Take the photo, and then the celebrations will start. But it is only part one of what will be 4 races over the next 2 weekends. There's a slow-mo of your race winner, Flint Schuring. What a dominant performance that was, winning by over 8 seconds. I'll remind you, these cars are all identical. It's all about the talent. As the team from GP Elite look on at 3rd place and 2nd place. And the winner, Flint Schuring. That was race 5 of the season. We're going to be back tomorrow for the 6th race of the season and the 2nd of the weekend here at Spa-Francorchamps. Do join us again tomorrow for Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland.
Absolute thrill to be here.
Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. 30 minutes of explosive action.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Et à l'honneur de la victoire de semaine, nous avons écouté l'hymne national allemand. Procéder à la remise des trophées. We will proceed with the trophy presentation. Third place, for Mr. Roy King. It is again Mr. Torsten Wickert who gives the trophy for this podium. The trophy for the 2nd place goes to Michael Esman. And the winning trophy is presented to Soren Spring. La victoire pour Soren Spring dans ce classement Pro-Am. Guys, if you could take the picture of the first set of the podium. Yes, the drivers in the front of the podium for the guys in the pit lane. One more picture.